Alright, so I know I promised someone out there, I don't remember your username exactly, that my next video would be on pet peeves, and I'll do that next week. I promise this time. But there's something that comes to mind that I'd like to talk about. Killzone 2 is... well, it's not really fair to judge Killzone 2 as the best first-person ever, simply because I haven't played all first-person shooters. You know, there's hundreds out there I haven't tried. Like, I mean, yeah, I played Halo 3 briefly, and I acknowledge it as an awesome game, but it's not fair to judge Killzone 2 as better, even if that's what a lot of game rating sites are saying, that Killzone 2 beats Halo 3 and Gears and Resistance and Half-Life. Well, I mean, I've played Half-Life, but, it's just not really fair to judge a game unless I've played all other games, and that's not possible. So I'll just say that Killzone 2 is the best first-person shooter that I've personally played entirely. For the campaign, it starts out, the first few levels are like really cool because it's like a full battle scene. You've got soldiers all around you, you've always got a squad with you, it's really intense, and it's great. But then, you know, after the first few levels, it's like, okay, this is getting a little repetitive. And then the middle couple of levels are just dreadfully boring, where it's just like you and one other guy shooting a couple soldiers, and at that point I was like truly bored of the game. I was like, this is just another first-person shooter. And then for some reason Guerrilla Games all of a sudden decided to put all their effort into the last 4 levels or so. The last 4 levels were simply amazing. There's a train you're on, it's really cool being on a moving vehicle the whole level, or actually it was like half the level, and then after that you go to like an oil refinery, and I hope those, you wouldn't call those spoilers, I don't know, but the levels just get all of a sudden really creative and intricate, and you get all these really cool new weapons and vehicles, and if you've beaten the game you know what really cool vehicles I'm talking about. And the final boss, I'm not going to say anything about it other than it was probably one of the coolest final bosses ever. The only final boss that comes close, in my opinion, is the final boss, or bosses rather, in Rogue Galaxy. Rogue Galaxy was a PS2 game, I mentioned it in a recent video, and the final boss had 11 stages. 11. Here, I'm gonna move my mic closer because I tend to talk quietly and have the screen up my phone at the same time. So anyway, yeah, I finished the campaign in like 7 hours and 10 minutes or something, 44 deaths, and I'll have you know that 7 of those deaths were suicides. I am a professional at committing suicide. I can commit suicide in any situation. I can commit suicide in Katamari Damacy and Pac-Man. I'm just a pro. So, overall the campaign was really impressive, like, if you just take the last half. And also, the plot, it's like, in the beginning, it's like, we're gonna go shoot things because the Hellgas are bad. The Hellgas are basically the good guys. I see nothing wrong with them. And if you look up the history on Killzone.com, you'll see why I side with them. Most people do because they have really cool red eyes, but I don't know, I side with them because of their history. But, anyway, so in the beginning, you're just sort of like moving along shooting stuff. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I doing this? And then, all of a sudden, Guerrilla Games is like, hey, we should give this game a storyline. And we should throw in plot twists, like 5 of them. And those 5 plot twists are like all in one chapter, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm interested in this game now, you know? Didn't have any interest for it until the very end. I mean, obviously I was really hyped up about it beforehand, then I was disappointed, and then it just blew me away toward the end of the campaign. It was fantastic. And the final boss, I know it's like a bit simple, but I was just laughing so hard the whole time because it scared the crap out of me. If you've played the final boss, you know what I mean. So, single player overall was pretty good. I would say it's not Half-Life 2 good. Half-Life 2 is just the best campaign I've ever played. I mean, it's really close. Like, I'd say it's my second favorite campaign, although, like, the Ratchet & Clank games are really close. It wasn't like, well, I mean, sure, second favorite sounds like something special, but I just haven't played that many single player campaign shooters to judge it, really, and I'm sure that there are plenty of better ones out there, but it was pretty good. And as for the online, a lot of people are saying, you know, the online, just another first-person shooter, run and gun, respawn, repeat. Not Really? Well, I mean, at the beginning when you just have the rifleman class, sure, that's what you do. You run around, you shoot people, die, repeat. Then you unlock the medic, and all of a sudden you're not really worrying about killing anymore. You just want to get points by reviving, because first of all, it's a lot easier, and second of all, it's helping your team. You always get a nice thank you or something, because everyone uses the mic in this game. Finally, I mean, in Warhawk, a lot of people use mics. In Resistance, no one used mics. I didn't even use my mic. Maybe there was one or two kids, and they were either little kids or they were always little kids, yeah. So online in this game, everyone always has a mic, and the only thing I don't like about it, well, I mean, I love the squad system. The squad system is great. You create a squad of 4 guys, and you can only hear those in your squad. If you don't have squad, it goes by proximity chat, which is an awesome idea. I mean, I know they weren't the first to do it, but it's just so fun. Proximity chat meaning if you're near someone, as in like 30 feet away, you can hear them and they can hear you. Doesn't matter whose team they're on or whose squad they're in. So anyway, the squad system is really cool because you can spawn by your squad leader, and if you're the squad leader, you're sort of in charge of all the tactics, and you're normally the one to pick up objectives just so people can spawn by you. But if you're not in a squad, you just gotta walk everywhere, and it's really annoying, and you got no one to talk to. And so I'll go on and join a random online game, and there will be like 2 guys in a squad, and naturally I'll join them. But other than that, people don't seem too interested in the squads. You would think they don't know they exist, but then I go and invite people to my squad, and all of a sudden, they join absolutely instantly. Which is strange. They're so eager to join my squad. I guess people just really don't like being squad leader. No one wants to start a squad, but I'll take it for the team. I'm always squad leader. But, so yeah, you unlock the medic, and then all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, this game is really teamwork oriented. And then you unlock the engineer, and all these new tactics come in. I'm really close to getting the tactician. Assault classes after that, and I think it's one of the most teamwork-oriented games I've ever played. Warhawk, well, Warhawk beats it by a bit, but the thing is, in Warhawk you can go solo. You can grab a tank, a flamethrower, and a wrench, and you're set. That's what I do. Or you can grab an APC, fill it with guys, and just go through and destroy everything, or a dropship for that matter, get it filled up. But in Killzone 2, if you go solo, you will die. I mean, I go solo sometimes when I'm trying to build some turrets somewhere or something, but I usually don't have a very long lifespan by doing that. It's best to stay with the team. And the spawn points for the tactician can be extremely useful. I've just seen people plop down a spawn point right at a base, and all of a sudden you can spawn at that base before you've even captured it. And what's really funny is when 2 tacticians on opposing teams put 2 spawn points right next to each other, and it's just mass chaos, because you spawn quite literally on the spawn point. And when you have 16 guys spawning on each spawn point, it's a little bit hectic. Someone throws in a grenade, oh cool, I got 8 kills. So, online is pretty impressive. And, of course, I didn't mention the graphics. I think Crysis's graphics, Crysis being PC game, if you haven't heard of it, I don't know how you wouldn't have heard of it, but Crysis has the most realistic graphics ever, but I think Killzone 2's graphics are cooler looking. It's like dark and gritty, and not the shading and the lighting isn't quite as good, but it's the next best thing. And I would say Killzone 2's graphics are the best on any console. It's completely unrivaled. The cutscene graphics, well, when I say cutscene graphics, I mean the opening cutscene. After that, the cutscene graphics are kind of mediocre. But the first cutscene, it's like absolutely real, except for the players' mouths. For some reason, they screwed up the mouths. I guess it's because this game's been translated into like 24 languages. So I had to put a little bit of leeway in there. But other than that, the opening cutscene is one of the best cutscenes I've ever seen in a game. It was just so amazing. And when I first got the game, I was like, alright, I'm going to play online all night. But I saw that first cutscene, and I was like, nope, going straight to single player. Gets me pumped up for it every time. But, that just about wraps it up. And if you have a PS3, I mean, as long as you just mildly tolerate shooters, this is the game to get. This is the PS3 exclusive. It's the Halo 3 of the PS3. It's definitely not going to sell as much as Halo 3, but we'll see how close it comes. So that's about it, and there was something else I was going to say. Well, I'm 5 subscribers away from 700, and I won't be able to make a video again until next Monday, so if I get 700 between now and then, can't really do anything about it. But that's just about it, and I know you guys aren't really into the whole video game thing, not all of you, but some of you, and I'm not going to do too many more video game videos. I mean, I found my Half-Life ones entertaining. I might do some like Pixel Junk Monsters or something here and there. But, maybe I should start doing video games just to throw in some variety. I don't know. So that's just about it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.